So from this diagram, left hand side, we are showing a input waveform. The input which is nothing but alternating voltages. So the alternating voltage is nothing but it has some positive peak value and which has a negative peak value, and it goes on. So here we are taken as the time period. The time period is nothing but total time interval. So the time has to be to complete a one cycle. Here one cycle which is nothing but 360 degree. 360 degree which will convert into radians, will get 0 to 2 pi. So for the 2 pi interval, first half cycle 0 to pi, it will get the positive peak and come to the 0 value. From pi to 2 pi, it is goes to the negative peak and come to the 0 value. So the sum of these two only we are going to take as a average of a alternating sine voltages. So this is a total time interval we are taken as to calculating analytical calculation of other things. So here, will you please look into a waveform? The positive peak, we are saying that peak value Vs maximum. That negative peak we are taking as minus Vs maximum. Okay. So this is the Vs, which is nothing but the applied voltages. Vs is supply voltages. So this kind of supply voltages we are going to given to a transformer. So the positive peak means it has to be increased from 0 to maximum, then maximum to 0. The time taken to complete the positive is 0 to 5. This is we are going to call it as 180 degree to get the positive wave output. And remaining 180 degree taken as the time interval pi to 2 pi. At this interval from 0 to negative peak waveform increases, then comes to the 2 pi. So this kind of alternating voltages we are going to fit to the one device. The name of the device we are going to call it as transformer. Here we are showing a device. The device has the two sides. One is primary, another one is secondary. In between primary and secondary, we will be having a iron core. In the picture representation, we are showing two lines in between the two windings. First one is we are going to call it as primary winding. Second one is a secondary winding. In between, we are showing a two line, that is a iron core. So this arrangement we are going to call it as a transformer. So the input supply voltage we are going to feed to the transformer. The transformer which is used to reduce the step down the voltage. But the figure which will be look like simply ideally transfer the voltage. But always the rectification purpose we are going to use a step down transformer. We are given the rated voltage 230. It will be stepped down up to the rated capacity of a DC voltage. Which rating capacity we are going to use in our domestic application purpose? Which rating we are using, sir? The DC voltage ratings here. The primary side of a transformer. Across the terminal Vs. Okay, I am showing that graph. From this terminal Vs, we'll be getting the voltages nearly 15 volt. So these voltages we are given to the diode, a diode which is connected series with the secondary terminal. Now from the diode other end, we are going to connect a resistor. This is not only the resistor, we might be connect any one of a electrical load also. It might be inductive load or non-inductive load, whatever it is. Any one of the electrical appliances, we have to connect other terminal which will be connected to the other end of a secondary of a transformer. So this is the way we have to close our half-wave rectification circuits. In these circuits, we are using the components are transformer, PN junction diode, and the resistor. This will be active junction diode is a primary application. Is one of the primary applications. Right. So from this circuit, we are going to get the waveform. The waveform we are showing the right hand side of your picture representation. In this waveform, we are getting a output waveform. How we are getting output? The diode which will conduct only in forward bias. It won't be conducting the reverse bias. So here I am going to say one more thing. These two terminals I am showing in your graph these two terminals. What which will happen? They have mentioned that notations are plus minus, minus plus. What does it mean? In both the sign they are mentioned in the terminals, plus minus and minus plus. Why they are mentioned like this? You are having any idea? You are having any idea?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, this is a transformer. Transformer which will be work only in the AC supply. So AC supply means alternating voltages. Alternating voltage means from the diagram we will come to know it will conduct 0 to 1 maximum and comes to 0. Then 0 to negative maximum and comes to 0. We are going to take in only this time interval 0 to 2 pi. That's the completion of a one cycle. 360 degree, 2 pi which is nothing but 360 degree. Right. So to complete a one cycle, we'll be having a one is positive, another one is a negative peak. In the positive peak, you will get that output, that voltage will be transferred to the secondary side. At that instant, that nearer to the diode, you will be getting that positive peak value. This is the neutral value. Instead of saying neutral, here they are mentioned as plus minus. The negative half cycle, what will happen? Automatically, the terminal is switch over. The negative value, it will be feed to here, minus plus. I'll show again. We'll come to know.
Source 0.
Sir, audio visible இருக்கா சார்? ஆடியோ மட்டும் விசிபிளா இருக்கா பாருங்க. சாரி, ஆடிபிளா இருக்கா பாருங்க. Audio is audible, video
No, sir.
and audio.
Now, if we
Sir, video visible, sir, but audio can use.
do an electric load, alternating
Sir.
Audio கேட்கல.
battery or a cell,
இப்போ லைட்டா கேக்குது சார்.
கேக்குதா? ஓகே.
because it does not alter its polarity, it will and proceeds. Consequently, magnitude with respect to time. The two terminals called as anode and cathode. This device has a special property that it only conducts electricity when it is forward biased. Forward bias means when anode is at higher potential or positive polarity and cathode is at lower potential or negative polarity. In this case, the diode offers very low resistance to a circuit, or we can say that they behave like a closed switch. Whereas diodes when reverse biased means anode is at lower potential and cathode is at higher potential. In this case, diodes do not allow to electric current half-wave rectifier. When available electrical supply is in alternating forms and required form is DC supply, conversion is required to be done, which is known as AC to DC conversion or rectification. The circuit used for this conversion purpose is known as rectifier. One of the type of rectifier is known as half-wave rectifier. The circuit diagram of half-wave rectifier is shown here. It consists of AC supply, a transformer to change the level of voltage, a diode, and a DC electric load, which could be an electronic device which runs on DC, a DC motor, or an electric valve. Now let's understand the working. When AC supply is switched on, the alternating voltage VAB appears across the primary winding of the transformer. This high voltage VAB is reduced to the level which is suitable for the diode and the load at secondary winding, and it can be represented by VCD. When this alternating voltage VCD is applied across the DC load having a diode in series with it, what will happen? During positive half cycle, the terminal C becomes positive and the terminal D is negative. Under this condition, the diode is forward biased, which we can see here. The anode is at higher potential with respect to cathode. As a result, diode behaves like a closed switch. We have already discussed it. And this positive cycle appears across the load and current flows through the load resistor RL. This current varies in magnitude as shown here. In this way, the positive half cycle of output voltage V0 is equal to IRL, appears across the load resistor RL. During negative half cycle, the terminal C is negative and D becomes positive and the diode is reverse biased. Under this condition, the diode does not conduct and no current flows through the circuit. Therefore, during negative half cycle of the input, no voltage appears across the load resistance RL. This process will continue until any one of the source and load is disconnected.
So this way only our half-wave rectifier will be functioning. The half-wave rectifier, first half cycle, the terminal taken as the nearer to the diode, the terminal is C. This terminal is C. And nearer to this end, we are taken as terminal is D. The positive half cycle here will be getting that positive, and this terminal D becomes a negative one. A diode, it will be is connected in a forward bias. That output wave. Okay. And that negative half cycle, what will happen? Polarity will be reversed. At this terminal, C terminal will be getting a negative, and D terminal will be a positive. So what does it mean? that anode which is connected to the negative terminal, cathode will be connected to the positive terminal, or lower concentration to the higher concentration. So there will be no current passing through the lower to the higher concentrations. So it won't be conduct, it will be act as a open. So it will be maintained. There will be no in the reverse bias. It will be maintained the zero value. It act as a open circuit. So similarly, each and every positive half cycle, the diode will be conduct, and every negative half cycle, it won't be conduct. So alternating will get the output is positive cycle is conducting, negative will be zero. Positive is conduction, negative will be zero. This is for our half-wave rectifier input and output waveform with a circuit diagram. So any other clarification from this circuit diagram and waveform? The next step we are going to analysis. That video is somewhat helpful to you. From these two terminal, why we have to alternative take into polarity, because the input waveform is positive and negative half cycle is coming. So if it is positive half cycle, you'll be getting that positive polarity at this C terminal here. With negative half cycle, you will get a negative polarity at this C terminal. Okay. So in that manner, a diode is forward bias or reverse bias. We are going to conclude it, and we will get the output also. Right. So we'll move to the next level. So from this block diagram, I said earlier, the block diagram which has the 4 stage. From this block diagram which has the 4 stage, first one is a transformer. The purpose of using transformer to reduce the given voltage. And the second block is a rectification, which is used to convert AC to DC. After conversion, have you get the pure DC waveform over there? Are you getting the pure DC waveform after conversion? So which kind of waveform we obtained over there in our half-wave rectifier?
Sir, I think we should use regulators.
No man, after rectifier, are you getting a pure DC waveform?
No, sir. No, sir.
Because positive half cycle is conducting, negative is zero. It means one positive peak comes to zero, then maintaining zero. That is a DC waveform. That is the shape of DC waveform. You look into here. This is shape of DC waveform. DC means we have to get a constantly a straight line. But here what will happen? 1 0 to 1 positive peak, then comes to zero, then maintaining zero for the next interval, and goes to next cycle, it goes to positive and comes to zero. So this is not the pure DC. So here what will happen? Some AC voltage is also mixed over there. So we have to remove that unwanted AC voltage in your system. So that removing purpose, we are going for a filtering operation. This is one of a simple way to get that filtering operation. That is a capacitor. The capacitor, which will happen to filtering or smoothening your waveform. So from this graph, will you please look into this graph? From this graph, other diagram will be similar. This AC is given and there is a transformer, diode is there. This is a load resistance. After the load resistance, we are connected a capacitor. The purpose of using the capacitor to try to get or remove a unwanted AC voltage. So that is show here in this from this graph. The graph we are getting a 0 to peak and comes to 0. What we are going to do? Why we have to start from 0? We are going to filter. It won't allow AC. It will allow only DC. The purpose of the capacitor in single line definition, it won't allow DC. It will allow only AC. Sorry, it won't allow AC. It will allow only DC. AC vanda bypass பண்ணிரும். The capacitor என்ன பண்ணும்? AC வந்தா bypass பண்ணிரும். DC வந்தா allow பண்ணி output கொண்டு போகும். So that for that purpose we are using a capacitor here. The capacitor will be smoothing your output waveform.
Sir.
Yes, 1 minute. சொல்லுங்க சார்.
Okay, sir. Sir, இப்போ நம்ம
1 minute, 1 minute. I'll be back.
diode
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் டயோடும் ஏசி வந்து அலோ பண்ணாம டிசி மட்டும் தான் சார் ஆகும்.
என்னங்க சார்?
டயோடு வந்து ஏசி வந்து டிசி கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணி அலோ பண்ணுவாங்க சார்.
கன்வெர்ட் பண்ண சொன்னோம் இல்லையா? ஆஃப்டர் கன்வர்ஷன் we don't get pure DC.
நம்ம கெபாசிட்டர் யூஸ் பண்றதுனால அங்கேயும் டயோடு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க.
அங்க டயோடு யூஸ் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்னா அது ஃபுல்லாத்தையும் பைபாஸ் பண்ணி விட்டுரும்.
ஃபுல்லாத்தையும் புரியல சார்.
Whichever your output voltage getting this terminal, the terminal, suppose instead of capacitor I am going to use a diode here as per your suggestion. I am using a diode here which is visible to you. The cursor is I am showing here.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Here I am going to use a diode. What will happen? Already a diode which will be in forward bias, so it will given some output waveform here at this terminal. The same waveform it will be passing through this diode. Again it will be passing through this terminal. இப்போ இங்க என்ன வந்துச்சோ அது அப்படியே ஃபர்தரா இங்க மறுபடியும் பாஸ் ஆயிரும். எனக்கு அது தேவையில்லை. From this waveform I am obtaining only positive peak. From this positive peak I have to get try to get a DC waveform. How did you get the DC waveform? That only I am going to take this level, then come to the next this level and this level. After the certain value, the 0 ல இருந்து ஒரு போர்ஷன் வரைக்கும் என்ன பண்ணுவேன், எல்லாத்தையும் பிக் பண்ணிடுவேன். இந்த வேல்யூ எல்லாத்தையும் யூசிங் a filter components அல்லது smoothening components அல்லது ஏசி காம்பனன்ட்ஸை ஃபில்டர் பண்ணக்கூடிய பைபாஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்ஸ் மூலமா I am going to filtering this one. அப்படி ஃபில்டர் பண்ணும்போது இந்த மேக்ஸிமம் வேல்யூ பீக் இருக்கு பாத்தீங்களா, அது மட்டும் தான் வரும். ஃபில்டர் பண்ணதுக்கு this is I am saying capacitors are basic components. Many kinds of capacitors, many kinds of filtering arrangements are there. That is the combination of LC filter, RC filter, RLC filter, pi filter, T filter, நிறைய வெரைட்டி இருக்குது. ஒவ்வொரு வெரைட்டியும் ஒவ்வொரு வேயா ஸ்மூத்தனிங் யுவர் வேவ் ஃபார்ம். அல்டிமேட் எய்ம் இஸ் ஐ ஹாவ் டு கெட் a DC மீன்ஸ் என்ன வரணும், எனக்கு இதுதான் DC வேணும். DC வேவ் ஃபார்ம் இங்க இல்லையா, காமிக்கலையா? DC வேவ் ஃபார்ம்னா will you please here இங்க ஒரு டாட்டர் லைன் இருக்கு பாருங்க. here I am showing a டாட்டர் லைன் தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? VDC IDC அப்படின்னு ஒரு டாட்டர் லைன் தெரியுதா? VDC or IDC. This kind of dotted line only I have to get. That is a best way to obtain our output of a rectifier. I have to get this kind of perfect DC. For that purpose, what I am going to do, I am going to filter this arrangement. 0 ல இருந்து இது வரைக்கும் போகக்கூடிய எல்லாத்தையும் நான் ஃபில்டர் பண்றேன் இனிஷியலி. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த பீக்கை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ண போறேன். இந்த பீக்கை மறுபடியும் ஸ்மூத்தனை என்ன பண்ண போறேன், மேல வரைக்கும் போயிட்டு வருது, அதை மறுபடியும் ஃபில்டர் பண்றேன். So first I am going to filter that AC components, then I am going to over peak இதுல கூடிய ஹார்மோனிக்ஸை மறுபடியும் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு ஸ்ட்ரைட் லைனா கொண்டு வர போறேன். எந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரைட் லைனா கொண்டு வர ட்ரை பண்ணணும், that is the I am going to get a pure waveform of DC from your rectification circuit. Is it clear now? Right. So for that purpose I am using a capacitor. The capacitor is one of the fundamental components acting as a filter. Okay. It will allow only a DC. The DC which will passing through this terminal, you will get the output from these two terminal by using any one of a measuring device or electrical components, DC operated machines we are going to use in the output terminal. For that purpose we are going to get a output. But after this terminal also we are not going to get a regulated DC. The regulated DC we have to use one more component. That is somewhat tedious to understand. That first level itself is more goes on that next chapter and all will come to know on the smoothening the DC controlled value எப்படி வரலாம் அப்படிங்கறத will see one by one. So up to this is the half-wave rectifier. In this half-wave rectifier, first part only rectification. The next part we are going to use a filter component. The filter component, it will be given, try to given only the pure waveform of DC. Right? From this half-wave rectifier, we are going to analyze that performance. The performance we are going to analyze means which is nothing but ஒரு half-wave rectifierல performance analyze பண்ண போறேன். என்ன வரப்போகுது? I am going to get the output is only the waveform. From this waveform, I am going to measure output voltage, output current, and harmonic factor, efficiency, and also the rating of transformer used in your circuit. So which kind of rating? I said that the transformer is a step down transformer. The input 230 is converted into a step down. Either 15 example is one, but it's not a 15. The rated transformer rating can be decided by the conduction capacity of your diode. The diode எந்த rating conduction பண்ணுமோ அது மாதிரி தான் secondary இருக்கணும். So that is we are going to transformer utilization factor. So how much amount we are going to utilize the transformer rating, and what is the secondary rating of the transformer. So these are the term we are going to calculate. That is the performance analysis of a half-wave rectifier. The half-wave rectifier first factor is peak inverse voltage. Input side la irukக்கூடிய input sinusoidal waveform ude peak value we have to measure. The how much peak value we are obtained, that is a peak inverse voltage. And next one is average and peak current in a diode. So diode average value enna, input peak value enna, average value enna, both the things we have to know that. From this equation we'll come to know where Vs, which is nothing but supply voltage. The supply voltage which will be calculated with the help of Vm. What is Vm? That is a maximum value or peak value. And with that sinusoidal sine omega t, that omega t rate of change of with respect to time. Omega, which is nothing but 2 pi f. That f is the frequency, 2 pi is the total time interval, time period we are taking as 2 pi is one cycle complete ஆகுது. F is the frequency, how many times it will be oscillating. So here we are maintaining a frequency is 50 Hz, and some other country they are maintaining 60 Hz also. So based on that frequency we have to use and calculate the input supply voltages. Similarly, input current is also has to measure. The input current is a IS. Here the current in our rectification circuit, current we are getting only the positive half cycle. In the positive half cycle, the time interval 0 to pi only you will get that output, and other interval we won't get the output. So here 0 to pi, in this interval only we will be getting that output from your rectification. And another interval, that second half cycle, pi to 2 pi, we won't get the current. There will be no current because the diode it won't be conduct. It will be in reverse bias conduction. So only positive will get the output. So the current we are getting only that positive interval. Okay. The maximum value of current, how will you calculate? The value of maximum current will be calculated with the help of by using a Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. Here I is a maximum current we are going to calculate it. So I is equal to V by R. Here R is not only the sum of resistance which is included in your load side and also resistance in your feedback diode or forward bias diode. Forward bias diode resistance value always will be taken as a very negligible one, very less one, because less only it will be most amount of current will be conduction over there. If not, the much of amount it will be dropping your diode across that voltage, so power will be very less. So here that always will be decide that forward bias the diode resistance is a lesser value as compared to your load resistance. The third factor is the output current. Output current, we are going to call it as a denoted by symbol of IDC. The output current is IDC. The output current will be calculated. The output current, which is nothing but IM divided by pi. And the next one is, that is also one of the factor, output voltages. This is a DC circuit, so there will be no other passive components. We are going to use only one passive component, that's a resistor. The system has only the resistor, the voltage which will be in phase with your circuit. There will be no other lagging or leading components. So if it is a purely DC component, it has only the resistance. So the output voltage VDC is equal to IDC into R. So from this expression, you'll come to know VDC is equal to IDC into RL, the load resistance. So you'll be getting that output voltage value is equal to Vm divided by I. Right. So these are the basic fundamental components from a half-wave rectifier. They are peak inverse voltage, average current, and output current, output voltages. And remaining terms are RMS current, RMS voltage, rectification efficiency for a half-wave rectifier. So why we have to calculate RMS value? Is it very helpful to calculation furthermore in our circuit? Why we have to use the RMS value here? Right. So will you please take this? This is a simple assignment. Why we have to take that consideration for RMS value for the analysis purpose of half-wave rectifier. So here we are going to calculate IRMS for a half-wave rectifier, that is Im by 2, and VRMS for a half-wave rectifier is Vm by 2. And rectification efficiency, here the rectification efficiency we are going to calculate it, that is DC power delivered to the load. The amount of DC power delivered to the load, that is by using a Ohm's law, I square R. I square means here output current is IDC. So I square DC into R means load resistance RL. So by using the product of these two values, we will be getting a power delivered at a load terminal. Similarly, the power input to the transformer, then only we will calculate the efficiency. What is efficiency? Efficiency is the ratio of, what is efficiency, sir?
Don't know, sir. Don't know.
Efficiency தெரியாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டீங்க. ஒரு சிஸ்டம் வாங்கும்போது எஃபிஷியன்ட் பார்க்கறோமா இல்லையா? while we are going to purchase at mobile, while we are going to purchase any one of your TV or iron box, right? So efficiency is simple way to, given that definition of efficiency, output power divided by input power. We have to calculate the losses. Okay, the efficiency which is used to find the losses. அப்படி சொல்லிக்கலாம். So in each and every device we have to know the efficiency. ஒரு பர்சன் எஃபிஷியன்ட் பர்சனா அப்படிங்கறது என்ன சொல்ல போறோம்? நான் என்ன இன்புட் கொடுத்தேன், நீங்க என்ன அவுட்புட் கொடுக்குறீங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், if I am teaching 15 minutes to you, after the 15 minutes I will be asked a simple questions from this 15 minutes delivery concept. You have to tell about out of 5 la 3 2 ஏதாவது சொல்லணும். You haven't disclosed anything, simply keep mum, what will happen? That will be efficiency will be 0. That is a 0% efficiency. So simply efficiency, the term efficiency output power divided by input power. So we are going to calculate here output power. Output power can be calculated in different manner. Here I am using a fundamental Ohm's law, I square R. Ohm's law மூணு category இருக்கு. Product of V into I is a way to calculate power. Another one is I square R is a way to calculate power, and another one is வேற என்ன பவர் எப்படி சார் கால்குலேட் பண்ணலாம்? சார் ஓம்ஸ் லா பத்தி யாருக்கா தெரியுமா? Any one of you know about the Ohm's law?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ohm's law சொல்லுங்க மேம். Will you please given only the mathematical expression will come to know?
Sir, I'm not able to get you, sir.
Will you please give the mathematical expression for Ohm's law?
Mathematical.
E is equal to
Definition of
IR.
Ohm's law. Correct. சொல்லுங்க சார். V is equal to
IR.
V is equal to IR. Right. From this Ohm's law, I am going to calculate power. Power which is nothing but product of V into I. The power which is nothing but product of V into I. So simple way to calculate power V into I. What I am going to do, as per your statement, I is equal to V by R. So I am going to replace. You will be getting I square R. And another manner, V square by R. So this is a way to calculate power using our Ohm's law. So here what I am taking as power P DC is equal to I square R. Here I am using power in your DC circuit is equal to I square R. I am getting that output power is I maximum divided by pi whole square into RL. சரிங்களா சார்? சார் DC பவர் எப்படி கால்குலேட் பண்றோம்? So from this seventh point rectification efficiency, I am going to calculate rectification efficiency for your half-wave rectifier. Here the first level is efficiency is here output power divided by input power. I am going to calculate the output power. Output power means the rectifier output is a DC one. So DC current, the square of a DC current into the resistance value. The output DC current we have calculated earlier. Output DC current is equal to IM divided by pi. You look into here. This is our output current, IDC. So IDC is the output current is equal to IM divided by pi. So I have to IM here I square DC means IM square divided by pi square. So this is where output power. That's only I am mentioned here. I maximum divided by pi whole square into RL. What is RL? What is RL here, sir? RL mention what? What is RL here? Which one is RL here? In our circuit. RL is the load resistance. RL is the load resistance. Which is audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is audible to everyone? What is RL?
Load resistance.
Load resistance. Very good. So here the rectification efficiency, I have to calculate output power. The output power which is nothing but I square R. I square means output current. That's why I am taking as I square DC, and output load resistance is RL. I square DC which is nothing but I maximum divided by pi. I square means, so So I maximum divided by pi whole square into RL, that is a load resistance. The next I am going to calculate input power. The input power which has the combination of two values, the input power is the power dissipated in your diode junction and also power dissipated in your load resistance. So what does it mean, these two statements? Power dissipated in your diode junction and power dissipated in your load resistance. What that these two terms represent what? The power dissipated in your diode junction and power dissipated in your load resistance RL. So from this diagram, the power, the amount of power dropped in these components and also the power dropped in these components, because the circuit has only the two components, one is diode, another one is resistor. I am going to calculate input power at these two terminals C and D. I am going to calculate power at these two terminals C and D, that is the input power or AC power. I am going to calculate the efficiency. Efficiency is output power divided by input power. So here already we have calculated the output power across the load terminal, and I am going to calculate input power. Input power, which is nothing but the amount of power heat dissipated in this diode and also amount of power dissipated in your load resistance. So the amount of power dissipated in the diode na diode current adoda resistance value therinja podum. Then load current adoda resistance value therinja podum. We might be calculated the power across your diode and also power across in your resistor. So that is only we are going to do to calculate the the power dissipated in diode junction is I square R. Here I RMS value. For this purpose, RMS எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றோம்னு சொன்னோம்னா, the diode positive half cycle is conducting, negative half cycle is not conducting. So simply we are taking as maximum எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா, one instant will get I maximum, another one instant you will getting minus I maximum. Average value will be 0. If it is average 0, further you couldn't proceed anything. So we have to do the RMS value எடுத்தோம்னா, might be go for the analytical calculation and we might be decide the value of the components used in your circuit. So for the analytical purpose, we have to go for all the AC waveform, RMS value of voltage and current. Then only we might be calculated. Right. That power dissipated in a diode junction, we have to calculate power dissipated in the diode junction, that is I square RF, and power dissipated in a load resistance I square RMS into RL. Here RF value is a very negligible one. So RF value negligible one as compared to the load resistance. So you will be getting that final value of this rectification efficiency is only 40%, 40.6% roughly. You will be getting nearly 40% of your efficiency for a half-wave rectifier. So this kind of rectifier we won't prefer for our application. So for what purpose we are going to use this kind of half-wave rectifier? We are using only for a charging battery.
Sir, 10 o'clock HOD ma'am kuda meeting irukku sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we'll end up only these two topics, these 2 points, then we'll end up at half-wave rectifier. Then the 8th factor is ripple factor, and the ripple factor, which is nothing but this is also one of the important factor. This will be calculated with the help of form factor. So the ripple factor, this is only the final value. The ripple factor value is 1.21. The ripples means the unwanted waves which will be deposited in your output waveform. That is, we have to remove it. The ripple means unwanted waveform which will be deposited in your output waveform. The ripple factor must be lesser value, but here we are getting 1.1 is the highest one. So highest ripple factor we won't prefer for our applications. So here we are getting the ripple factor is 1.21. The next one is regulation. The regulation is the output voltage. We have to get the constant load current. Here one positive half cycle is conduction, another positive half cycle is not conduction. So this is not at purely regulation one. Here we'll be getting a regulation value will be a 0, 1. So this kind of waveform we will be preferred. The last one is transformer utilization factor. How much of percentage of value you are using. The transformer utilization is still nearly 0.2 only we are using. Here that mathematically we are getting 0.287, but 87 is also will be lost due to that power losses. So we'll be getting that we are going to use the transformer utilization factor is only 0.2. So that is also in very poor condition. So we have to go for that another level to improve our rectification purpose. So this is that analysis point of view of a rectifier. We will wind up from here itself, and the next class we will move to that remaining things. And Friday we are having class, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow we are having lab classes. So please be prepared for your lab classes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. சுப்பிரமணி சார் இன்னைக்குமே பேசல. சுப்பிரமணி சார், you see, one day you have to speak. என்னம்மா இந்த வாரண்டா